Introducing Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. Join us whilst we explore the latest updates in the world of business and technology. Do not miss out. Welcome back to Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. This is your go-to source for the latest updates in the world of business and technology. I'm your host, Nadia Chantel, and this show is sponsored by Tendo Technologies, and we're diving straight into our first segment, Tech in Brief. Tech in Brief. Nigeria is considering a ban on peer-to-peer crypto transactions amid concerns over national security. Following a crackdown on Binance and the freezing of more than 1,000 bank accounts, the government has labeled cryptocurrency as a potential threat to national security. Additionally, Nigerian fintechs such as OPay and PalmPay have been instructed to halt the onboarding of new customers. The decision follows the recent freezing of 1,146 bank accounts associated with unauthorized forex transactions. That's all we have today for our Tech in Brief segment. A lovely thanks to our sponsor, Tendo Technologies. We'll be taking a brief break, and when we return, we will dive into our innovator interview segment.
Tendo, based in Ghana, a platform for individuals to resell products using social media.
My name is Felix. I am the CEO of Tendo. Tendo is a platform that enables anyone in Africa to start an online store with zero capital.
Tendo is a social commerce app for resellers. The platform has built a network of suppliers and then handles the fulfillment when an order is placed. For the resellers, after identifying the products they want to sell through Tendo's app, they can add a markup on the wholesale price, which is their profit, and they use social media to sell to their community.
They would find the products that they want, and we would guide them on how much they can price, how much profit they can add to the product. But once they share it and they generate orders, Tendo actually fulfills the order, so we deliver to their end customers and send their profits to them. These resellers act as sources of truth and recommendations for the end buyers. Their desire really is to leverage on that community to generate an income.
From an earnings perspective, Tendo isn't providing the equivalent of a full-time income for their users. That's by design. They are one part of their users' portfolio of work.
Our average user base earns right now about $60 monthly. And I think it's significant because a lot of these users are using the income that they're earning on Tendo for very impactful things. So paying for fees, paying for their children, buying essential things that they need. But our idea is to find something that's very easy. They can do on their smartphone. They can do it while they're doing all their different other things. And then we can take the heavy lifting and just leverage on what they have, which is their drive, their skills, and the relationships that they've built.
Welcome back to Business Tech Guide on DGN. Today, we're excited to have Daniel Alma-Blay, the VP for Africa at Zipline, join us. Zipline is a drone delivery company focused on transporting medical supplies like vaccines and blood to remote areas. Operating in countries such as Ghana, Rwanda, and the United States, it has made over 1 million deliveries and delivered over 10 million items. Daniel, hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. Thanks so much for having me, Nadia.
Thanks so much for coming. So we're going to start with a little bit of icebreakers. So I'm going to ask you some questions and then you answer me.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so first question, top tech gadget.
Yeah, this is a hard one.
Okay.
I'd have to say the Amazon Kindle is probably my top tech gadget.
Wow.
The idea of being able to access any book in the world with just a few clicks is pretty incredible. To me, that feels like science fiction. So the fact that we have that and it's accessible and quite affordable, I think that's quite incredible.
Oh, nice. So you like reading?
I do, yes.
Okay, that's lovely. Okay, so most used app on your phone?
Okay, that's a tough one. I probably use Google search the most.
Oh, wow.
And my go-to site is TechMeme.
Okay.
So TechMeme is an incredible blog that aggregates the tech news of the day.
Okay.
So if you're not up on the latest tech news, that's a great one. The Google search app and the TechMeme website for the latest tech news.
Thank you so much. I'll use that. Okay. So best tech podcast you've listened to?
Ooh, okay. My favorite tech podcast would have to be the All In podcast with Jason Calacanis, David Sachs, Chamath Palihapitiya.
Oh, wow.
That's an incredible one. They're both the four of them are incredibly successful business moguls
Oh,
who have
wow.
made a fortune in tech and have really great insight into a lot of the trends and also strategies that the
Okay.
technology companies are pursuing.
Oh, wow. Okay, so bookmark that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so best tech hack you've discovered.
Ooh, the best tech hack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a lot of websites these days have paywalls. So if you
Okay.
think about the Wall Street Journal or the Economist
Mm-hmm.
or the Information for tech journalism,
Wow.
but if you enter those websites into archive.is, which is for archiving websites, you can actually quickly get around the paywall.
Oh, wow.
So, you didn't hear it from me, but that's a great way to
Okay.
read paywalled content that's sometimes very insightful.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that as well. So, who is your most inspiring tech CEO?
Ooh, okay. So, the first person that actually came to mind wasn't necessarily a tech CEO.
Okay.
I was actually thinking about a historical figure.
All right.
So Leonardo da Vinci is
Okay.
a huge inspiration for me, a multidisciplinary artist and inventor. And there's an incredible biography on Leonardo da Vinci that's by Walter Isaacson. So, if you get a chance to read that one, you won't be disappointed.
All right.
In terms of today's CEOs
Yeah.
in technology, somebody that really inspired me growing up was Sim Shagaya,
Okay.
the previous CEO of Konga
Oh, yeah.
in Nigeria. So growing up, he was definitely an inspiration to me.
All right. So you like art, and I'm hearing that.
Yes, I love art.
Okay, nice. So now we enter the main questions.
Okay.
So I know a lot about Zipline, but I would want you to tell us and the audience about Zipline. So what is Zipline?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, Zipline is the largest manufacturer and operator of drones globally. And so today we operate across 5 countries in Africa, in addition to the United States and Japan.
Wow.
Zipline drones have delivered over 10 million products.
Yeah.
And flown over 70 million commercial autonomous miles.
Wow.
And so every flight that Zipline does is autonomous. And we are the largest global autonomous network.
Wow.
So, at a high level, that's what we do. The core of the organization is emergency medical deliveries.
Yeah.
So that's blood, that's vaccines, and a host of other critical products.
Wow.
But today, we also extend far beyond that, delivering everything from fresh food to e-commerce gadgets.
Wow.
So it's been quite incredible to see the company evolve over the last decade.
Yeah, that is so good. So what inspired the creation of Zipline?
Yeah, so the creation of Zipline. So within medical logistics, there is a really serious challenge in terms of getting the most critical products, say blood, to rural locations. And so often you might have a mother that's in critical need of an emergency blood product after childbirth. And unfortunately, the way medical systems are designed today globally sometimes doesn't allow us to get that product to exactly where it needs to go
on time,
very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And so the mission of Zipline initially was to set out to solve that problem. So within 30 minutes, irrespective of where you are, you can receive an emergency blood transfusion with blood delivered by Zipline.
Wow.
And so that was the initial mission. Can we deploy autonomous robots, drones, to solve the most critical medical problems globally? And today, we've obviously extended far beyond that, delivering a wide variety of products, but we still keep that core concept in our hearts.
Oh, that's so lovely. It's good that you guys are doing different things, but you are still sticking to your core.
Yes.
That's what's most important. So how does a Zipline app work?
Yeah, so that's actually a great question. And it's not quite as simple as just an app.
Okay.
And so, for instance, in Ghana today, Zipline services over 3,000 health facilities across the country. And many of those health facilities actually place order on WhatsApp or on our toll-free phone line or over SMS. Of course, we also have an app that some facilities use, but really there's many ways that health facilities and medical professionals and also retail users of Zipline can actually interact with the company. Now, in terms of what it actually looks like to place an order for a retail user using the app, you can place an order for, say, an e-commerce item or fresh food, and you'll actually see a drone flying to you in real time. So this is something that we're just in the process of scaling. And within 30 minutes, that delivery will come, and you will actually see a series of notifications as the drone is approaching and once the product has arrived. So it's quite an incredible app experience. But again, when it comes to emergency medical and the health facilities that we serve across Ghana, there's many ways to order with Zipline that go far beyond just a mobile application.
Yes. Okay. So you guys have diversified everything, so everybody can use it.
Yes. Irrespective of your internet connectivity, it's really important that our customers have access to Zipline, given that we're relied on in emergencies.
Yes. Okay. That's so nice. So I know coming to set up a business in Ghana can be cumbersome. So how did you guys set this up, and what are some of the challenges you guys faced while setting up your business in Ghana?
Yeah, that's also a great question. And so, there are challenges that are unique to Ghana. But overall, this is, one of our most successful markets.
Wow.
And so today, of the 1 million flights that Zipline has done globally, 540,000 flights have been in Ghana alone.
Wow.
We've got 6 distribution centers in Ghana that collectively serve 17 million Ghanaians. Now, there's still a lot of work we need to do, and we're actually planning to build an additional 2 distribution centers that would take Zipline to national coverage.
Wow.
And so, of course, every day we're working with our stakeholders from both the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and the broader government of Ghana to continue to expand the service and work through the day-to-day challenges of scaling and innovative technology.
Okay. You actually said my next question, because I was going to ask you, how do you collaborate with the local health workers and then the government to make your drone delivery company sail smoothly? But I think you've answered it. Or you can go over it again.
It's so important. And so, of course, at the national level, we work very closely with the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and other stakeholders. But then we're also very closely linked at both the regional level and the district level. And Zipline actually has what we call a community team at each distribution center that goes and engages the local community, receives feedback from the local community on how we can improve the service. So there's a lot that happens beyond the national level, down to individual districts and communities, to ensure that the service is actually fulfilling a real need in those communities.
Yeah. So was it difficult trying to get the regional and the district level to work together with you guys? Was it difficult?
Yeah. So I would actually say it has not been particularly difficult to work with the regions and districts and local communities. Because what we find is that is where the technology really impacts lives. And so if you actually experience a drone flying to your community, delivering a blood product that saves somebody's life, you don't really question the value of the service, right? It's clear because you see the impact in your community. Now, at the national level, of course, we engage in meetings and we create content to explain the impact we're having on the communities. But it's actually on the ground in the local communities where the value is actually really obvious. And the service itself it communicates through actually doing these deliveries to communities.
Because I saw some of your videos and I was like, wow, I was blown away. It was so good. You guys explained everything into details. It was really, really nice. So I want to know more about your company culture and how, because it's in different countries. So does the company culture cut across, and does it also help in your success?
Yeah, so we are a global company. And we're operating across 5 markets in Africa. And so we've got a global culture. But of course, every country is also unique. And so we do a lot to embrace the local nuances of the countries where we're operating. At a high level, in terms of the global culture, one value that we hold close to our hearts is this idea of, irrespective of whether you're the CEO or you're packaging medical products at a Zipline distribution center, you're empowered to make impactful decisions.
Yeah.
And if you notice anything that could be improved, you're empowered to actually raise that with your manager in company-wide forums so we can fix it.
Okay.
And so that's a really important aspect of our global culture that's the same across every country where we operate.
Oh, wow. That is so good. You guys are really doing so well in like Ghana, globally. It's very admirable.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any impactful stories that Zipline has cultivated?
Yeah. So I can share one story of an important use case that we've been working on over the last year is our expansion into agriculture and animal health.
Okay.
So the core of Zipline is human health.
Yeah.
So that's blood delivery, vaccine delivery, vaccines for instance, emergency malaria products like artesunate. But today we've actually made a large impact in animal health and agriculture.
Wow.
And to provide an example, last year there was an outbreak of anthrax in Ghana, in the north of Ghana, and this was really tough. So the Ministry of Agriculture and the Veterinary Services Directorate called on Zipline to step up and play a role in alleviating the outbreak.
Oh, wow.
And in just 6 days, Zipline delivered 104,000 doses of the anthrax vaccine for cattle.
Wow.
And that was really important in containing the outbreak and ultimately saving lives.
Wow.
So that was something that I was personally involved in last year, which I'm really proud of.
Yeah, it's actually so big. You guys saved like a whole... Yeah, that's crazy.
And perhaps in a way that people didn't necessarily anticipate, because these were vaccines for animals, which is, not the core of Zipline, but a really important area of expansion.
Yes. Wow, that's so good. So what message do you have for Ghanaians about the potential Zipline's technology to improve healthcare in Ghana?
Yeah, so it's such an important question.
Yeah.
So today, there are still communities where vaccination rates are significantly lower than they could be.
Okay.
Zipline deliveries are actually concentrated in 3 regions when it comes to vaccines. So over the next 6 months, there's a lot we can do to expand the reach of Zipline into new regions, particularly when it comes to increasing vaccination rates for many different illnesses, whether it's malaria, where there's actually a new vaccine now developed by Oxford, and a second one developed by GlaxoSmithKline, or yellow fever. So many diseases which are really important for us as a country to come together and solve. And with Zipline's technology, we can reach far further into local communities to deliver vaccines, even if there is not advanced refrigeration. And so that technology is available today. And I'm really excited to work closely with the Ministry of Health and Ghana Health Service to continue rolling out that technology at national scale.
Okay, so Daniel, what does the team look like in Ghana?
Yeah, so the team in Ghana is very much multidisciplinary. For instance, the core of the team at a Zipline distribution center is flight operations and fulfillment operations. So in terms of flight operations, these are often mechanical engineers, different people from technical backgrounds that are performing pre-flight safety checks and doing regular maintenance on the drones. Now we also have fulfillment operations. So this includes registered pharmacists and other medical professionals that are packaging products before a delivery. But actually the team in Ghana is much broader than that. We also have an engineering team here in Accra that is doing geospatial mapping for Zipline globally. So it's a very diverse team, and it's 100% Ghanaian. Everybody employed in Ghana is a Ghanaian citizen.
Okay, that's good. So you have to be Ghanaian to be able to be employed in Zipline?
Well, it's not a hard and fast rule, but of course, if you can hire an incredible Ghanaian, then why look outside?
Okay, that's good. So how do you also choose your distribution sites in Ghana?
Yeah, so we look at locations where we believe there can be a real impact in terms of the population radius within the distribution center's radius. And so each distribution center has an 110-kilometer radius. So the drone can fly in any direction for 110 kilometers before returning to the center. And collectively, our distribution centers serve 17 million Ghanaians.
Oh, wow.
So we've actually strategically located the centers to try to maximize the rural populations that we can serve. And to provide an example, our distribution center in the north of Ghana, it's just about an hour outside of Wale Wale in a town called Vobsi. So that distribution center serves many communities that are sometimes cut off from road access in the rainy season. So Zipline deliveries are far more efficient and sometimes the only way to receive critical medical products like blood, vaccines, and many other products as well.
Okay, so that brings me to my question. How do you ensure like the drone safety in unpredictable environments?
Yeah, so important. I mentioned earlier that for every flight, we do a series of pre-flight safety checks performed by a Zipline employee before the drone takes off. But the drone actually has a lot of inbuilt technology to ensure that the technology is safe. So to provide an example, we have a series of technologies which collectively we call detect and avoid. And so in the event that the drone detects another vehicle in the airspace, the drone can actually take an evasive maneuver to avoid that vehicle in the airspace. And so that's really important for ensuring safety. And today in Ghana alone, Zipline has completed over 540,000 completely autonomous commercial deliveries, and we've never had a human safety incident. So human safety is absolutely critical to the organization and something we take very seriously, and our safety record is something that we're very proud of.
Wow, that's so good. So like during the COVID-19 era, how were you guys operating? Because I know you guys were in Ghana before that time, so.
Yeah, so this was a really important time for the entire country and for Zipline to play a supporting role. Obviously, it was a very, very difficult period. And I'm proud to say that Zipline was able to deliver several million COVID-19 vaccine doses across the country. And so many of these doses were delivered to communities that were potentially cut off during this period from road access. And so the ability to very quickly distribute millions of doses at national scale was really important. And beyond just delivering COVID-19 vaccine doses, Zipline was actually able to deliver test samples of the COVID-19 illness back to Noguchi Memorial Hospital and facilities in Accra. And so in addition to simply distributing the vaccine, we also did reverse logistics of the COVID-19 sample back into Accra. And so this technology just had a lot of different applications for minimizing the movement of people and maximizing access to the vaccine in what was a really challenging period where we were all working together to stop the spread.
Would you say that cemented your place in Ghana?
Well, it definitely played a role in illustrating the value of the technology. But, you know, even going back to 2019, Zipline was delivering far more than just COVID vaccines. And so we still think that it was a really important time for the company, but there's so much that we've been able to do beyond just the COVID-19 pandemic.
Oh, nice. I also want to know, do you guys build your drones in Ghana? Because I know you guys have a place in Silicon Valley. So do you build it in Ghana or at Silicon Valley?
Yeah, so currently we manufacture the drones in the United States. And we import them into the countries where we operate. But we do perform maintenance on the drones in country.
Okay, all right. So can you tell me a little bit about Silicon Valley, how you guys got there, what the whole thing is about?
Yeah, so in terms of the history of the company, we were originally founded in 2011. And Keller and Keenan and Ryan, his co-founders, were really throwing together a few different ideas for how robotics could shape the world. And what they landed on was that autonomous machines are flying through the air. So, autonomous flying robots could potentially play a huge role in redefining medical logistics. And so the core team hatched together that idea in some initial prototypes and flew around the world, pitching different governments and private sector stakeholders on the potential for this technology. And the government of Ghana and the government of Rwanda were the first two countries to realize the potential of the technology and to take a bet on Zipline. And so just as much as the Zipline team was innovative, the government of Ghana, the government of Rwanda were also extremely innovative in their willingness to adopt this new and exciting technology.
So Daniel, what can we expect from Zipline in the future?
So you can expect so much from Zipline in the near future.
Oh, right, okay.
And so, yes, the core of Zipline is always going to be critical medical deliveries, blood, vaccines, malaria, some of these really important use cases that we are very much doubling down on. But today, there's much more potential. So when we look at agriculture, there is a big role that drones can play, both in animal health and cash crop farming. Whether it's delivering vaccines or cryopreserved semen products, or potentially surveying of farms. There is so much that we can do to create significant value in sectors beyond healthcare. Now, in addition to that, we've also been working on new technology, which we call Platform 2, which is an entirely redesigned drone, which is optimized for metropolitan delivery. So you can imagine, in a click of a button, being able to receive everything from your daily groceries to an e-commerce gadget in just a few minutes with a Zipline drone, gently dropping a package at your doorstep.
At your doorstep, so we don't have to go to a site to get it. It brings it straight to you.
That's right. And so that's all right on the horizon. So we're on the precipice of exponential growth in terms of the service offering here in Ghana. And I couldn't be more excited for the future.
That is very, very nice. And we couldn't be more excited to be here to experience everything Zipline is bringing to us. So guys, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you, Daniel, for coming through.
Thanks so much for having me, Nadia. I really appreciated it.
Oh, I really appreciate it.
Tendo, based in Ghana, a platform for individuals to resell products using social media.
My name is Felix. I am the CEO of Tendo. Tendo is a platform that enables anyone in Africa to start an online store with zero capital.
Tendo is a social commerce app for resellers. The platform has built a network of suppliers and then handles the fulfillment when an order is placed. For the resellers, after identifying the products they want to sell through Tendo's app, they can add a markup on the wholesale price, which is their profit, and they use social media to sell to their community.
They would find the products that they want, and we would guide them on how much they can price, how much profit they can add to the product. But once they share it and they generate orders, Tendo actually fulfills the order. So we deliver to their end customers and send their profits to them. These resellers act as sources of truth and recommendations for the end buyers. Their desire really is to leverage on that community to generate an income.
From an earnings perspective, Tendo isn't providing the equivalent of a full-time income for their users. That's by design. They are one part of their users' portfolio of work.
Our average user base earns right now about $60 monthly. And I think it's significant because a lot of these users are using the income that they're earning on Tendo for very impactful things. So paying for fees, paying for their children, buying essential things that they need. But our idea is to find something that's very easy. They can do it on their smartphone. They can do it while they're doing all their different other things. And then we can take the heavy lifting and just leverage on what they have, which is their drive, their skills, and the relationships that they built.
Opportunity Spotlight. Welcome back to Opportunity Spotlight on Business Tech Guide, where we highlight potential game-changing opportunities. Digify Accra is now accepting applications for Digify Pro Online Digital Entrepreneurship Program. This initiative is in partnership with Meta and the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation. To apply, visit digifyaccra.com. That's all we have today for Opportunity Spotlight. Business Tool of the Week. Walls is a useful tool for managing business data and tasks. It makes data entry and report creation quick and easy. You can customize workflows to fit your business needs and add in flexibility. Roles supports real-time collaboration, allowing team members to work together smoothly. It also includes tools for analyzing and visualizing data, helping with decision-making. You can use roles on both desktop and mobile phones, so you can stay productive from anywhere. Similar to Excel, roles help you manage data efficiently, but also offers extra features like customizable workflows and real-time collaboration, making it great for modern business needs. We hope you found the information insightful. Don't forget to join us next time for more news, interviews, and tools to keep you ahead in the ever-evolving world of business and technology. Until then, I'm Nadia Chantel, your host for Business Tech Guide. This show is sponsored by Tendo Technologies. Introducing Business Tech Guide, where business and tech meets endless possibilities. Join us whilst we explore the latest updates in the world of business and technology. Do not miss out.